What's up there guys, GarethWilliam414 here, and today I'm bringing you my Yugi Muto Duelist Kingdom deck profile. This deck is one of my personal favourites because it takes me all the way back to 2002 when I first saw the show and fell in love with it. This deck has got a lot of really cool nostalgic monsters in here, a lot of really cool powerful cards as well, and of all the character decks I've made so far, it's one of the decks that runs the best. I'm really proud of it. So for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Character deck profiles, character deck duels, openings and much more, head over to my channel, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like what you see and you'd like to stay up to date with all of my future content. So with that being said, I'm going to start with the monsters, and I'm going to start with none other than the classic Dark Magician. I'm just going to admire the Dark Magician for just a bit next. For me, a Yugi deck has to have the original artwork Dark Magician in there because it's the best in the world, basically. No, I think it looks the best out of all of them, and obviously it's the most nostalgic for me. Dark Magician got a lot of play in Duelist Kingdom, and it's had a lot of play obviously throughout the arcs. But it's a 7-star monster, 2,500 attack with 2,100 defense. Just an amazing card there. One of my all-time favorites. Then we have Gaia the Fierce Knight, another monster that got a lot of play in Duelist Kingdom. 7-star monster, 2,300 attack and 2,100 defense. Curse of Dragon, 5-star monster, 2,000 attack, 1,500 attack. Just one of many classic monsters in Yugi's Duelist Kingdom deck that just looks awesome. Another card that looks awesome and is a really strong card, Summon Skull, 6-star monster, 2,500 attack and 1,200 defense. This was actually one of my personal favorites back when Yu-Gi-Oh! First came out. It was a really strong monster and it was really easy to get onto the field, and it just looks really cool. I love it. Catapult Tail, 5-star monster, 1,000 defense, 1,000 defense, 1,000 attack, and 2,000 defense. Sorry. Its effect is you can catapult Gaia the Dragon Champion into the Castle of Dark Illusions flotation ring, causing it to fall on top of your opponent's monsters. Not really. If anything, I think especially Duelist Kingdom was a very broken series for Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a lot of kind of things that went down that wasn't quite right, but that's why we love it, right? Its actual effect is you contribute one monster to inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attacks, which is really cool. Next up, we've got Celtic Guardians. Saw a lot in Duelist Kingdom. 1,400 attack, 1,200 defense, a 4-star monster. The classic Ferrolimp, the awesome Beaver Warrior, Silverfang. Everyone loves Silverfang. This next card I think we actually saw in the very first episode against Kaiba. Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress. I believe it just got ran down by Judgeman, or maybe in Blue Eyes. I'm not sure. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know who ran down the Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress in that first episode. Then we've got Mammoth Graveyard. The awesome Giant Soldier of Stone, a 3-star monster, got a huge 2,000 defense and 1,300 attack. Also has the ability to destroy the moon, turning the tide on the duel against Mako, which was awesome. Another broken reference from season 1 there. Mystical Elf, 4-star monster, once again a huge 2,000 defense and 800 attack. A very useful monster in character deck duels. And thanks to the recent release of Yugi's legendary decks, we finally have Grifoll, the awesome Grifoll. 4-star monster, 1,200 attack, 1,500 defense. Just a classic Duelist Kingdom card there. And another card that you will see in every Yugi deck profile going, the awesome, the amazing, the fluffball Kuriboh. Such a cool little card. Everyone loves Kuriboh. His next monster he didn't have in his Duelist Kingdom deck. He had it more in his personal deck. He played it against Joey in the very first episode. It is the Blackland Fire Dragon. It's a 4-star monster with 1,500 attack and 800 defense. I then included it in there because it was in that kind of first season kind of arc, so to speak. It does run really well in this deck, so I've decided to keep it in there. As well as the next monster, the Komori Dragon. Once again, 1,500 attack, 1,200 defense. This monster was played against Pegasus in that video duel where they had the 15-minute time limit. I think it just got Dragon Capture Jarred. But once again, same as the Blackland Fire Dragon, it just works really well in the deck, so that's why I've kept it in there. Next up are his two ritual monsters, the awesome Blackluster Soldier. This card just looks so cool. It's just an awesome monster. It just looks really wicked. I love that. The sword, the shield, the cool armor. Obviously he used this against Mai in the semi-finals. 3,000 defense, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, I should say, sorry. Definitely his strongest monster, and it was really cool to see Yugi play a monster like that. Just so awesome. As well as Magician of Black Chaos, which he used against Pegasus right at the end of Duelist Kingdom. 2,800 attack and 2,600 defense. Not as strong as Blackluster Soldier, but equally as awesome as Blackluster Soldier in my eyes. So I've just got the last monster in the Duelist Kingdom deck. I decided to include it. Let me know your thoughts. The awesome Exodia. Obviously he used this against Kaiba in the very first episode, but then Weevil threw it off the ferry on the way to Duelist Kingdom. I'm just trying to get this all into kind of, yeah, that looks alright. All in there. I've decided to keep it in there. Obviously, like Blackland, Fire Dragon, Kimura Dragon, it was in that first season arc. In some character deck duels, I'll probably take Exodia out, and some I'll keep in there. But Exodia for me is just one of those really nostalgic kind of like monsters, and it's just awesome. It's quite fun to try and collect the pieces, you know, without, you know, building a deck around it, if that makes sense. So that's why I've kept it in there. Let me know your thoughts on Exodia. So that does it for his monsters. I'm going to move on to his spells now. Obviously we've got Blackluster Soldier and the Magician of Black Chaos, so we're going to need the Blackluster Ritual and Black Magic Ritual, so we can get them out onto the field. 2 ritual cards that just look really awesome. I love them. Classic stalling card and a classic card in Duelist Kingdom. It is the Swords of Revealing Light. This would buy Yugi so much time, well, kind of like stalling time, instead he could draw into his better monsters, and it's just such a classic Duelist Kingdom card. As well as Horn of the Unicorn, a equip card that is often equipped to Ferrolimp to boost its attack. Let's have a look. The equipped monster gains 700 attack and defense. The awesome thing about this card is when the card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can return it to the top of your deck, so you can use it to beef up your next monster, which is just so cool. Next magic card he'd use in combination with Dark Magician a lot. Mystic Box. The effect's slightly different to what it was in the anime, but select one monster on each side of the field, destroy the selected opponent's monster, and shift control of your selected monster to your opponent, which is a useful card in character deck duels, or can be anyway. Then we've got Burning Land, which he used to take away Weevil's field power bonus? Yeah, I think it was field power bonus, so he could take down the Great Moth. A cool card, nostalgic. Destroy all field magic cards on the field. In addition, both players take 500 points of direct damage during each of their respective standby phases. Can be a useful card, cannot be. Next up we have the Mystical Moon, which you can destroy with your Giant Soldier of Stone. A Beast Warrior type monster equipped with this card increases its attack and defense by 300 points. Then we've got Spell Shattering Arrow. You destroy all face-up spell cards your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each one, which is really cool. Then we've got the Monster Recovery card. Makyu, the Magical Mist, which he used in Weevil and their duel. Brain Control. This card is awesome. You pay 800 life points, you select one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. This card can be extremely useful in character deck duels. Then we've got the Book of Secret Arts, another equipped card in Yugi's deck. A Spellcaster type monster equipped with this card increases its attack and defense by 300 points. Awesome. Then we've got Multiply, so we can summon 1 million billion trillion Kribos to the field. Dispel. Then we've got Reborn the Monster, Pot of Greed, and of course his final spell card is Polymerization, and you know, it's got to be that classic old school polymerization art. Just looks really cool. So that does it for Yugi's spells. Let's move on to his trap cards. I'm going to start with the most awesome trap card he possesses, which is Mirror Force, a card that I really admire the artwork for, and I really admire the effect for it as well. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, which is awesome. So devastating in character deck duels, this card. A card that sees a lot of play in our character deck duels whenever I play Yugi is Spellbinding Circle, obviously a classic Duelist Kingdom card. I believe it got play in the other arcs as well. But activate this card by targeting one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. I just love the artwork on that. I love the cool pattern. Also, you'll notice that that's the seal behind the Exodia pieces as well. Awesome trivia. Welcome. Then we've got Shift, the Eye of Truth, the awesome Horn of Heaven. When a monster would be summoned, tribute one monster, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. His final trap card was actually a magic card during the show, Magical Hats. And for people that's seen any of my character deck duels when this card's been played, I use 4 hats instead of the card's worded 3. It was always 4 during the show. I tried to keep duels as accurate to the anime as I can without making it as broken as destroying the moon with the giant soldier of stone. But you know, a classic card. I also loved in the show like how he'd hide like magic and trap cards under there as well. Obviously impossible to do in the real game, but I liked that in the show. It was really cool. So that does it for his traps. We'll move on to his extra deck now, and obviously Gaia the Dragon Champion played this against Weevil. Such an awesome card. I love individually I love how both these monsters look, but combined they look, you know, probably better. It's really cool. So obviously it's Gaia the Fierce Knight and Curse of Dragon. It's got 2,600 attack and 2,100 defense. His next monster in his extra deck, I've decided to include Black Skull Dragon. Obviously Summon Skull and Red Eyes Black Dragon, 3,200 attack, 2,500 defense. Used by Yugi and Joey against the Paradox Brothers. But the reason I've included it is because of that classic final duel between Yugi and Joey, where Joey summoned this out against Yugi. So that's the reason why I've included it in there. So if this deck ever faces Joey, I'm going to have it so that either one of them can summon the monster. Let me know your thoughts. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Finally, I just have some awesome Kuriboh tokens, which we'll need with our multiplying Kuriboh like combo. I just think they look really cool as well. Awesome. But there we go, guys. That was my Yugi Muto Duelist Kingdom deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it because you know, it's such an amazing deck to play, and you know, it's just so nostalgic for me. Let me know your thoughts on the deck in the comment section below. And for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Character deck profiles, I've got quite a few up there now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Character deck duels, openings, top 5s, much more. Head over to my channel and check that out. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see and you'd like to stay up to date with all of my future content. And till next time, guys, take care.